What is the most psychotic thing you've ever done in a relationship? I need to be obsessed with a girl to even consider dating, and that is exactly what happened. I saw a girl that caught my eye. The next day, I saw her and I asked for her name. Veronica. Veronica has to be the most gorgeous name I've ever heard. I replied, "Do you want to grab lunch sometime?" She quickly replied, "I really can't, I'm super busy." I nervously nodded and asked, "Can I at least get your number?" She walked off quickly without saying a word. My butterflies quickly turned into tears. Then, all I felt was anger. I would spend my free time watching her from the shadows, jotting down everything I can. From where she works, to where she gets her hair down, to where she lives. Everything about her. I thought to myself, if I can just find something in common, I can approach her one last time with something she might enjoy. Something strange happened. She usually doesn't leave her house at this time. But I saw her go into her car and start driving. I fumble around as she drives farther and farther. Finally, I get my keys and start driving, following exactly behind her. I see her getting out of her car and going inside of a house I never see her go into. From outside I can't really see anything. I see lights upstairs, so I start checking if there's any open windows. I found a window opened and slightly started to open it, creeping inside 1 inch at a time. I hear giggling coming up upstairs. The same one that had lights on and no longer does. I slowly put one foot in front of the other. The door was already open, but only a little. I take a peek inside and to my surprise she is having intimacy with a guy. As angry as I felt in that moment, I decided to slowly back up and head back to my car. To my surprise, she left the house only a few hours later. I used this as an opportunity. I rushed out of my van and took her. I managed to place her in my van. She was tied by the wrists and ankles. Mouth duct taped her shut. Her face looked absolutely terrified and full of tears. I felt guilty because of how much I loved her, but she made me do this. I drove back to my house and took her down to my basement. I kept her down here for weeks on end. I always made sure she was happy. If she wasn't happy, I would make her happy with intimacy. Because I saw how much she enjoyed it. I knew she enjoyed it, so I never stopped. Then came the final day. I took her life. I managed to take her into the woods and hide all of the evidence that has never been found. It was thrilling, and I loved every second of it all.